What is up, everybody? This is your guy Kalai, and welcome back to Budget Tubing. And today I'm going to be talking about the new LED light-up gaming microphone from Five Below. Not to be confused with the LED gaming microphone from Five Below. Whereas this one has been in their store for a while and is part of their $10 to $12 Booga line, this one has just hit their shelves and is part of their unlocked level line, which was introduced earlier this year or maybe the end of 2021, and all of the products in that line are currently $5.55. And for those of you wondering why they went with unlocked level as opposed to level up, it turns out there's a budget gaming peripheral line under that name already. I don't know if it belongs to any particular store, but I know I've seen them at least mentioned online, popping up in Family Dollar as well as Walgreens. Who knows, it might be in other places as well. Inside the box, you receive the microphone itself, the stand, the manual, as well as a combo audio adapter. Now, something that was included in this package might have confused a few of you, and that is this little combo audio adapter. Because this is an LED microphone, and that means typically it's going to be USB. And, well, you'd be half right, because this microphone does indeed come with an attached USB cable, but it also has an attached 3.5mm audio plug. And the reason for that is, it's actually an analog microphone. The USB cable is only for powering the LEDs. On the flip side, this also means that you can use it without the LEDs being on. And I think pretty much everyone that has watched my Five Below gaming review videos will know that that is a much needed feature with these things. So I think Five Below made the right call going with this manufacturer. Now, as for why the manufacturer decided to include the combo audio adapter, that's because this microphone uses a TRS or tip ring sleeve style connector, which is seen on microphones that are made to be used with computers and devices that have a dedicated microphone jack as well as a dedicated headphone jack, which can be seen on a lot of desktop computers, the occasional laptop, and of course on USB sound cards like these. However, a lot of devices have actually been moving away from having two dedicated ports and instead are combining them into a single port that uses the tip ring sleeve style connector, or TRRS. This style of connector can be seen in a lot of laptops, cell phones, well, if your cell phone still has a headphone jack. At the very least, it's going to be seen in the adapter that you plug into your cell phone to give you a headphone jack. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also used in the big three consoles these days. Also, this is the very connector that I mentioned in my review of the Pulse desktop microphone. I'm actually really glad to see this included in the package because it turns out a combo audio adapter like this, while cheap on AliExpress, is going to cost you over $5 on Amazon. And it's not to be confused with the adapter included with a lot of Five Below's gaming headsets, which is effectively the opposite. Alright, enough about cables and adapters, let's talk about the microphone proper. And the first thing I want to mention is that the body of this microphone looks kind of familiar to me. I've seen microphones that look like this on Amazon at various price points, and the one that stands out the most is the Yanmai Game Pro T1. Let me go ahead and flash a picture of that up on the screen. Now, like I said, it is the main body of the microphone that looks the same. The stands are completely different, as is the way it connects to the stand. Because where the Game Pro has a stand that screws into the base of the microphone using what I believe to be a 1/2 inch thread, this actually has a threaded portion that screws into the base. And to be perfectly honest, I have no idea what size this connector actually is. All I know is that it is not 1/4 inch, not 3/8 of an inch, and it is not 1/2 inch, the three most common connector sizes. So that does kind of make things a bit difficult if you wanted to use this on a boom arm to bring it closer to your mouth during recording. That is one of the tips I always give when it comes to improving your audio quality. For multiple reasons, with one of the most important being getting this away from your keyboard while you're gaming, because I don't think anyone in your voice chat is going to want to hear that. That being said, this isn't a super bulky mic, and it does have the detachable base, so there are adapters that you can use with it. Also, like I mentioned previously, the USB cable on this microphone is purely for powering the LEDs. And if I go ahead and plug that in, you can see that it uses a series of color shifting LEDs, which move in a nice gradual pattern as opposed to the very obnoxious flashing out of a few of the Bugha products. That being said, because I believe they're using 6 of them, they do occasionally drift out of sync due to the fact that they're using some of the cheapest LEDs of this nature that they can get their hands on. In my opinion, it might have just been better to use a single LED with a proper diffuser back there, which would have made the color shifting uniform. That, or just skip the color shifting altogether and give you a choice of solid colors like they do with several other products in the unlocked level lineup. And yes, I am planning on reviewing those at some point. Oh, and before I forget, I should probably show you how to install the stand, because undoubtedly, if I don't, I will get questions about that. So all you need to do is take the microphone, take the stand, line things up, and give it a spin. Just like that, you're done. Also, according to the box, it's this lower section that is supposed to be on the front and the wider portion in the back. Now, let's show you what this microphone looks like in action, and also do a little bit of a sound test. For those of you wondering what this microphone sounds like, well, here you go. Now, keep in mind that this is an analog microphone, and as such, the audio quality will be limited by the device you have it plugged into. Currently, I'm using a little $1 USB sound card due to the fact that it also lets me listen back to the audio on my headphones, and I've got to say, it's not half bad. I currently have the microphone set to 48 kilohertz 16-bit, which is what I record all of my videos in. And because I dunked on this microphone a couple of times in the video already, here is a reminder of what the Bugha LED gaming microphone sounds like. That lovely squeal and locked in 32 kilohertz 16-bit aka FM radio quality audio. I recorded the other sample and the body of this video at 48 kilohertz 16-bit, also known as DVD quality audio. That's pretty much the standard for YouTube. And yes, I know that I bought this microphone when the Bugha series first dropped, but I have gotten comments from people buying this microphone as recently as this year that still have the same issues. So I'd say I'm pretty justified in this demo. And there you have the LED light up gaming microphone from Unlocked Level. And I gotta say, for $5.55, it's not half bad. Though, like I mentioned in the sound test, your audio quality is limited by what you have this plugged into. Fortunately, most devices on the market that you would be plugging this into will give you serviceable audio. Also, for the curious out there, I did take a look at the capsule inside this microphone, and what you're gonna be dealing with is something like this. It's not exactly huge, coming in at around 10 millimeters, but it does the job, as you could probably tell. It's actually the same size capsule you'll be getting out of the other microphones from Five Below. And speaking of the other microphones from Five Below, I just want to take a quick moment to do a little bit of a tier list because I've reviewed quite a few at this point. And let's start with the worst offender of the lot, that being the Bugha LED gaming microphone. As you heard during the audio comparison portion of this video, it is absolutely terrible. In fact, this is so bad that, in my opinion, if you find one of these while dumpster diving at a Five Below, just leave it behind. Next is the Pulse desktop microphone. This one sounds pretty much the same as the one I featured in this video, and to be honest, I kind of wanted to rank this higher due to the fact that it's compatible with multiple types of mic mounts. But there was one thing that kind of pushed today's mic up the list a little bit further. And the thing that pushed this into second place is the combo audio adapter. This is something that really should have been included with the Pulse desktop microphone, but at the same time, I kind of understand why it wasn't included since they were undoubtedly trying to put that package together at the lowest possible cost. But this, in my opinion, does justify the extra 55 cents for this microphone. And at number 1, I have the USB microphone I reviewed quite a while back now. This little thing is $10, but comes with a tripod shock mount and pop filter in addition to a decent sounding microphone. And I gotta say, that is a killer value for this kit. But I think there's actually a chance these are slowly getting phased out at Five Below. They do still have some on their website, but there's only 1 or 2 on the shelves in my local store. And that's actually kind of interesting because they took the time to not only make this version, which does have their branding on one of the sides, oh, there it is, but they've also given it 2 additional packaging changes. And yet, it looks like they're getting rid of them. So if you see one of these, definitely think about picking it up. Also, I want to give an honorable mention to this little $3 clip-on microphone that I found in Five Below. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I've actually gotten quite a bit of use out of it when recording some of the software demos for the mechanical keyboards I review. It's good for helping me take voice notes. Also, this is the style of microphone that I use to record all of these videos, and I'm using one right now. They're great for if you're going to be moving around a lot, but you want a uniform audio profile. And at $3, you just can't go wrong. With that tier list tangent out of the way, I think you can pretty much tell that I definitely think this is a great grab at $5.55. Now my real question is, will Five Below eventually release one of these in white like they've done with most of the other products in this line? Also, I'm kind of curious as to whether or not Five Below might be thinking about releasing a heavy-duty gaming microphone kit this holiday season. Something in the $20 to $25 range, maybe with a boom arm, or at the very least, a much more high-quality microphone than even the $10 kit I mentioned previously. But with all of that speculation aside, I think it's time for me to say, until next time, this is your guy, Cly, signing off.